What's up, my lambs? Welcome back to Corpse Factory, which is Humpday Horror, the horror series where I play games for Wednesdays, by Wednesdays, on Wednesdays, a Wednesday-based game. We're continuing with where we were. We are in our friend's Tomoe's house, or friend-ish, our work compatriot's house, so we don't get murdered. Tomoe's apartment is not like I expected it would be. For starters, it's not an absolute trash heap like it always was in my mind's eye. The place is nice, fairly modern, and probably not that cheap. She lives on the outskirts of Shinjuku. She's a lot closer to the office than I am. That probably explains why she's usually so punctual, despite her terrible work ethic. From what I can gather from my first impressions, she lives alone. A few photo frames near the entrance feature some family members, including a younger brother and sister. It's funny, because she doesn't seem like the older sister type to me. The personal effects deteriorating the apartment aren't cheap and tacky. Oh, decorating, but much to my surprise, I immediately get the feeling that she earns more money than I do, even though we have the same job. Though, how could that be? We're both simple data entry temps. We surely be on the same contract and the same salary. I suppose she is a little bit older than me. Maybe she had a well-paying job before starting working at Temujin. Or maybe she has a side job. Either way, there's no way she could afford to live here on the same salary as me.
So, would you like a cup of tea? I've got oolong, green, barley, hojicha.
Hojicha?
So many to choose from. I didn't take you as much of a tea drinker.
Well, of course I am. It's tradition, you know. Tradition's real important.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. Hojicha for me, please.
Sure. Coming right up.
As Tomoe busies herself in the kitchen nook, I continue scanning the apartment. A fairly large TV sits atop a sleek cabinet against the wall of a living area. A comfortable-looking sofa fills most of the rooms, but gives way to small kotatsu in the corner. Sure. During winter, a kotatsu is a very valuable piece of furniture. It's small, low table with a blanket cover your legs. Underneath is a tiny space heater designed to warm up the enclosed area.
I like your kotatsu. I can't even fit one in my apartment.
Oh, yeah. They're great, right? Dad actually made that one for me.
Damn.
Your dad made it?
I look closely at it. I don't know much about woodwork, but the whole thing looks very solid and well made. Even the blanket spread underneath the table surface is pleasing to look at.
It's probably not cold enough to flick the heater on, but feel free to sit down there if you like.
No, that's okay. I'm warm enough.
A memory of my childhood flickers at the edges of my mind like a moth dancing around a flame. Sitting at a kotatsu as a child, with warm cup of cocoa and my big sister reading a book aloud to me. I shake my head. That was too long ago to even attempt to remember clearly, and the past never really mattered much to me anyways. Tomoe was finished pouring the tea, so she sits two ceramic mugs atop the coffee table and calls out to me.
Tea's up!
Thank you.
So, we gotta protect you from Corpse Girl, right?
Two cuties on a couch. A simple nod.
Hey, wait a minute. If you got one of them photos, that means someone requested your death, right? This whole time, I've been thinking it's Corpse Girl that wants you dead. But that ain't right. It means that someone else just asked Corpse Girl to put you in the ground.
Yeah, that's what I figure.
She's not wrong. While Corpse Girl isn't actually after me, it's true that there's somebody who requested my death.
Huh. So who do you think it is? Who wants you dead?
Well, honestly, at first I thought it was you.
Yeah, Last week I might have been tempted to chuck your photo on the website, but nah. You work right near me in the office. If you ended up dead, someone would trace it back to me, you know?
True.
I dobbed in Akane Tsurumaki because she worked way upstairs. And we never talked, save one time when I found out she's a total skank.
Damn.
Oh? So you did speak to her once? What was she like?
A total skank.
Fucking slut, that one. We met in the lobby. I was on one of them couches doing my makeup because I was in early one morning. She walks past me, gives me one of them looks all those snooty rich people give you. You know the type, like, I'm better than you and I know it. But you know what she said to me?
What did she say?
She says this. Honey, please wait for your clients outside the building.
Damn.
Huh? What did she mean?
Come on, Noriko, you know what she meant.
Don't you get it? She was implying that I'm
Yeah,
a
there you
hooker
go.
or something. Just by looking at me, she decided I didn't belong in the office building.
Ah,
It really pissed me off. I'm sick of people judging me like that. Yeah, I look different from y'all, but so what? I got my own style, so just fuck off.
so you're not a hooker?
Bitch. You're lucky I'm in a good mood.
I can't help but laugh along with it.
Sorry, I was just kidding.
Yeah, I know. You're not so bad, Noriko Kurosawa.
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself, Tomoe Watanabe.
We share another laugh, and I feel my tense and guarded persona slowly slipping away. This girl. This person that I detested just days ago. Did I have her all wrong? We clashed countless times while working together, but now we're suddenly becoming closer. Why is that? It's almost as though some sort of maternal instinct kicked into gear inside Tomoe, and she feels the urge to keep me safe. Is it guilt all over Akane Tsurumaki's death? Is it because she's happier overall now that she has a boyfriend? Does dating Shinya make her less pissed off at the world and less eager to lash out? I don't know the answer, but I'm glad we've been able to set aside our differences.
Now we've got some tea. Why don't we watch some trashy TV?
It's not exactly my preferred way to spend an evening, but Tomoe has welcomed me into her home. We've all but buried the hatchet. It's only fair that I extend a hand of friendship as well.
Okay. Trashy TV sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tomoe cheers and picks up the television remote with a quick flick of her wrist. There we go. Me and Tomoe bound. Another dull morning in the office. The chatter of people talking on the phone, the humming of air conditioner, the tapping of fingers against keyboards. If I didn't have music to drown out the white noise, I'd probably go mad for being exposed to it every day. I don't know how everyone else deals with it. Thanks to a good night's rest, I've been able to work diligently so far. I've completed a few tasks already, but there's still a lot more work to do. As I continue to pulverize my keyboard with thin, brittle fingers, I look out over the office floor and see who is around. Shinya sits at his desk, his expression scrunched up in concentration, and he absentmindedly scratches his face with the blunt end of a pen. Turning my gaze, I observe the back of Tomoe's head as she works attentively at her computer. She hasn't said anything to me since we arrived at the office this morning. Because I know that she's not the one who requested my death, I feel more at ease around her. And with the photo of my own corpse destroyed, I can put yesterday's unplanned events behind me. I need to be more careful in the future. Forgetting that I planted a photo like that in Tomoe's desk drawer was an oversight I can't afford to repeat. I need to be clever, calculated, cunning. Corpse Girl's ambitions require me to be at peak performance at all times. I can't go messing up like that again. I'm lucky that no one else was dragged into the whole mess. Imagine if I did something so stupid when trying to kill a real victim. I would have ruined the entire operation. Taking a deep breath, I clap my cheeks softly with both hands. From now on, I'm going to truly focus when carrying out my plans. All I need to do is wait for the next victims to come through the website. I'm ready for it. Finding out the identity of whoever requested my own death shouldn't be my top priority. I'm immune to Corpse Girl's wrath, of course, so unless someone decides to come at me with a knife, I'm perfectly safe. I'll check the website's request this evening as soon as I get home. It's too risky to try to access it while at work. With my newfound resolve, I nod to myself and look ahead to the end of the day. The flickering notifications on my laptop screen prompts a wicked grin to split my face in two. One new request. I don't waste any time before opening up the details of the request. My heart begins to pound, and I feel the welcome rush of adrenaline flooding through my body. Request details. Today, 10:55 a.m. local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. This one, not the other one. My eyes widen at the sight of the uploaded photo. Two people. Two identical women. Twins? Identical twins at that. The woman on the left is circled in red. She's obviously the requested victim, but without knowing them personally, it's impossible to distinguish the two. They both have the same stunning features. Lustrous hair and contagious smile. It's truly an interesting request. I immediately jump to the conclusion that one of the twins wants the other dead. That's not the only possibility, but I'd like to think it's the case. Makes it exciting. This type of request only serves to reinforce my resolve. I can't wait to start gouging out the victim's eyes. She will leave behind a truly beautiful corpse. As I wait for my secret weapon, the database of the deceased, I load up. My phone tingles beside me on the couch. It's a noise message from none other than Kojiro. Hey, you there? About last time. Hey, that guy, Eiichi Hanada, gone today. Is that so? Where'd he go? Cremated. Family didn't collect him. Limited space, you know how it is. I don't quite know why Kojiro decided to tell me this. I suppose he still thinks I requested Eiichi's death, so... I see. More names? What? Want me to look up more names? Corpse Girl's victims? Sorry, I don't have any more names for you. Shame. Tell me if you request more deaths. Oh, and... do you know her identity? Who? Corpse Girl? Yes. Nope, sorry. I don't know who she is. Okay. Is it you? Jeez! We back at this again? No, it's not me. I'm not as clever as all that. Okay. How does she kill? I'm not sure. Okay. What do you know? All I know is that the victims receive a photo of their own corpse before they die. Everyone knows that. My dog knows that. It's her calling card. You had a request fulfilled. Tell me more. I don't know what else to tell you. Lame. Okay. By the way, I saw the photo. What photo? Eiichi Hanada. Photo on his phone. The calling card. Huh? How did Kojiro see it? Sure, he deals with the dead bodies, but surely personal possessions are removed from the deceased before they enter the morgue. I need to play it cool and not invite any more suspicion around myself. Are you talking about the photo that Corpse Girl supposedly sends her victims? Yes. Funny thing. Was definitely the guy, but the photo didn't match the cause of death. Photo didn't match the cause of death. I remember crafting Eiichi Hanada's photo, of course. It wasn't all that long ago. I used a base image of corpse with dismembered legs hanging over a power line. It was a memorable image after all. It made a fearsome sight, but it's not something that could easily be replicated by suicide or by murder, or for that matter. So, I never really expected Eiichi to wind up looking like the photo. From what I read in the obituary, he died in a traffic accident. He must have been driving, or he was a pedestrian. Either way, it was likely a collision with a vehicle. For starters, cadaver still has both legs. No legs in the photo. Did you know that? No, I didn't know that. I haven't seen the photo you're talking about. You haven't? Interesting. So Corpse Girl doesn't share it with the requester. Hang on. Okay. So, the victim sees the photo. Here. Kojiro shares the photo in the chat. Sure enough, it's the snapshot of the corpse photo I produced for Ichi Hanada. He must have copied it from the victim's phone. The photo from Corpse Girl. Compared to this. The photo he shared in the other chat, one I hadn't seen before. It's Ichi Hanada's corpse sprawled forward in the driver's seat of a wrecked car. Seeing a genuine corpse photo doesn't come as much of a surprise to me. After all, I spend countless hours trawling through the database. I've seen more than my fair share of destroyed lives. There's not too much blood in this photo. It's kind of lame compared to the gorgeous rendition of his death that I lovely crafted. It's still not entirely evident what led to Ichi's car collision. This very well could have been a genuine accident. For my own ego, I have to at least pretend that Corpse Girl had a hand in it. Thoughts? The real cause that doesn't match Corpse Girl's photo at all. Why do you think that is? I feel pretty clever and manipulative by putting the question on Kojiro. I want to lessen the suspicion of my true involvement as much as possible. You're asking me? Well, some theories. Corpse Girl's photo is a scare tactic, nothing more, but I don't know where photos come from. She convinces the victims to kill themselves. What the hell? How could his very first theory be right on the money? Just who is this guy? Is he stalking me or something? Does he actually know the truth? Second theory? Corpse Girl comes after the victims, but a genuine accident happens first. Ichi Hanada dies before she got to him. His second theory is off the mark, but I can see why he came to that conclusion. Regardless, this is the theory I want him to believe. I think the second theory is more likely. Why would someone kill themselves from seeing a photo? Doubting my own methods like this leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Not that simple. Photo is personal and time-stamped. Adds urgency, realism. Could be effective, especially in someone's anxious or gullible. He's right, of course, although causing death in a manner was never really my intention when I first started Corpse Girl's website. It's a possibility that did not occur to me when Ruri Hatano died. Wait a minute. How'd you even get those two photos? Huh. Now she asks. Police on the scene like to share. More morbid the better. Dead guy with corpse photo on his phone fits the bill. They sent me both photos. We played spot the difference. Disgusting. I never knew the police could be so disrespectful to the... Come on. While I can't really talk, at the very least, I'm not in that line of work. Anyways, coffee? Oh? Get coffee with me. Yes or no? Unbelievable. This guy wants to meet up and grab coffee? Has the conversation really given me the feeling that I'm interested in him? Does he think we've bonded over the discussion of dead bodies? I'm about to tell him no, but some part of me hesitates and halts my fingers. Kojiro has connections. The morgue, the police. It's not inconceivable that he might be a useful tool in the future. This stage, I'm about 80% sure he doesn't know my true identity. I might be safe to meet up with him. On the other hand, I get the impression that even if he knew who I really am, he'd only be impressed. It's a gamble. It could be beneficial, or it could lead me to being caught out. I might even get arrested for my involvement in 3 deaths. Though, is what I'm doing really illegal? I'm not so sure. But I don't think a jury would take my side. That's why I have to err on the side of caution at all times, Kojiro. Okay, let's meet. I type the words and hit send before I have more second thoughts. It might be a fatal mistake, but I'm clever enough. I can wrap him around my fingers and utilize his connections. Cool. Message you tomorrow. Bye. Kojira's status immediately changed to offline. I rest my phone on the couch and look back at the laptop screen in front of me. The smiling, beautiful faces of two identical women stare back at me. That's right. I was about to start working on the most interesting request. I still have plenty of time before I need to get to sleep. With this thought in my mind, I set about my task in high spirits. It's Thursday, June 4th. The tiny balcony jutting out from the side of my apartment is nothing like it was advertised in the real estate listing. When I first saw the misleading photo, I thought it would be spacious and bright, an open-air hideaway that I could use to get some fresh air and improve my health. I wanted to set up a tiny garden and grow some plants. Nothing that would require a lot of work, but something that could occupy my spare time. In reality, the balcony is a depressing amalgamation of steel and concrete that saps away any desire to stand upon it. It rests in the eternal shadow of the surrounding buildings and manages to catch the sun's rays for about 4 minutes every day. It's an understatement to say I was disappointed when I ventured out upon it for the first time. I suppose if nothing else, it's a good vantage point for looking out over the city. But that's the only positive thing I have to say about it. As it stands here with my back against the railing, calmly sipping lukewarm mug of green tea, I breathe a heavy sigh. I should be at the office. I should be tapping away at my keyboard, getting through the backlog of work that has accumulated this week. Instead, I'm here at home, tired and strained, wearing thin at the seams. I called in sick this morning. I don't know if my superior bought the lie, but he did tell me to stay home and feel better, so that's what I've been trying to do. It's my own fault I'm this way. It's my own fault that I stayed up till 4 a.m. again. I know that lack of sleep exaggerates my condition. I know that skipping meals and refusing to take medication makes me feel this way. I know that I do this to myself, I know. But this is me. This is what I do to myself to try and take on each day. This is the way I stretch myself thin for no reason other than because some days I don't want to be better. I just want to be. I want to stay up late and work on Course Girl's request. My body needs for sleep doesn't come before my ambitions. I want to eat only when necessary because when I'm slim, I look beautiful. And I want to be beautiful just like her. I want to skip my medication because taking some pills every day is a hassle and expensive, and I question whether I really need them anymore. If I can just stay home like this, I don't need the medication. I came out to the balcony, and that counts as being outside, so why do I need to take the pills? It's true that when I skip a few days, I end up like this. I try to convince myself that I'm fine, that I'm fixed, like I was some broken thing that can be magically repaired. But I end up staying inside all day with the curtains shut and my eyes locked on a screen. I know that when I stay on top of my medication, I can go to work, and the park, and the library without second thoughts. I can get on a train, not to worry about strangers breathing on me or touching me. I can go to the convenience store and leisurely look around. Even went to that restaurant last week and read a book while eating dinner. And no one even tried to cut me or abduct me. And no one tried to strangle themselves in front of me in Yokiro. Can I really only go out and do those normal things because of some tiny pills a doctor said I need? Or can I do those things because I'm actually better now? Maybe I was never unwell in the first place. Not irrational. Just cautious, careful, concerned. I realize that my mug is empty and then I bring it to my lips and taste nothing but the slightly waxy, unpleasant sensation of smudged lipstick. Well, maybe I've been outside for long enough anyway. I'll go inside since it's getting late. Plus, I have the feeling that someone on the street below me has been watching me and waiting to climb up onto my balcony. I enter my apartment, set the mug aside, and retreat into my bedroom. My phone is where I left it, sitting face up, begging for undivided attention. I snatch it up, unlocking the screen. I'm greeted by the last webpage I left open. It's my custom-made newsletter alert for obituaries. From tomorrow morning, I'll be anxiously awaiting news of my latest victim's fate. I timestamped the photo with tomorrow's date, June 5th, 9:01 a.m. The unlucky twin has already received the photo. I sent it out earlier today. After seeing a photo, I always hide the burner phone out in the unused shed behind my apartment building. Getting the phone into the shed this morning was rather difficult. I had to cover my face, hands with some old clothes. I waited until nobody was in sight before dashing fast as I could. It took me a good 10 minutes to collect myself inside the shed before I could rush back to my apartment and lock the door behind me. I don't think anyone tried to follow me. However, I know that I'm going to need to retrieve the phone again tomorrow and dispose of it. I'll check for a reply from the victim, of course. Not that they ever reply. Then I'll destroy the SIM and just discard the phone like I always do. It might be difficult to get out of here. To get out there to the shed again. On top of that, I really should go to the office. Oh, then there's one more thing I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Kojiro wants to meet for coffee. I'm not so deluded to think that I can pull off all those escapades tomorrow in my current state. I resign myself to reaching for the bottle of medication on my dresser. Maybe another week of taking these pills won't be so bad. They tend to increase my appetite, which is really annoying. It's a constant struggle to try to ignore the hunger that tears at my stomach. And it doesn't help that they wreak havoc on my libido. I never know what to expect. Sometimes, I can look at those photos of Aoi on my phone and feel absolutely nothing. Other times, I can simply be scrolling through noise while standing on the train and feel an overwhelming urge to explode. I do my best to dismiss the doubts and fears as I swallow 2 of the tiny tablets. I follow up with a sip of water from the bottle kept next to my bed. I fight the urge to retch. I'll take a shower to freshen up. After that, I should curl up in bed and read. I need to conserve my strength for tomorrow, so an early night is in order. Maybe tomorrow is the day I'll finally be better. It's Friday, June 5th.
Where the hell were you yesterday?
Did you miss me?
Nah, just glad you haven't bit the dust yet.
Damn.
That's so sweet.
Tomoe leans in close to me, almost uncomfortably
Oh,
so.
is it? Have you had any trouble with Corpse Girl?
No, I think I'm in the clear.
Well, I guess the time marked on the photo has long passed. Maybe you really are safe.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks, though,
Thanks for what?
for thinking of me.
Ah, shut up.
Tomoe's face is glowing red with embarrassment. Despite our differences, our interaction regarding Corpse Girl has helped us bond a little. I'm not counting on Tomoe and I having a lasting friendship. Even just quiet peace might be expecting too much. I think it's in Tomoe's nature to want to pick fights with people regardless of whether she's close to them or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up quarreling again, no matter how much we learn to respect
I'm
each
at my
other.
desk if you need me, but don't bother me, you know?
She waves and leaves that cryptic statement in the air behind her. I return my attention to my computer and mark a few tasks on my list as completed. The next person to waddle up to my desk and interfere with my work is Shinya.
You weren't in yesterday?
Nope.
Are you well?
Yep.
Okay. I've been meaning to speak to you about Sato.
Aoi?
Yes, the thing is, I'm kind of in deep water because of her not showing up to work. And then resigning immediately.
Shit. I was supposed to talk to you about that, actually. It kind of slipped my mind.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Shinya. It's my fault, really. I hassled you to get Allie a job.
No. I didn't exercise due diligence.
That is correct. You didn't exercise. That's your fault now,
I
Shinya.
really should have made her come in for an interview. Or I should have spoken to her myself to see if her heart was really in it.
When you put it that way.
I'm not trying to be callous, but what he says makes sense.
Listen, you couldn't have known it, but Allie struggles a bit day to day. I'll just say she has some anxiety issues and leave it at that.
Anxiety, huh?
Don't tell anyone I said that. I was under the impression she's been doing a lot better, but maybe I was wrong.
I guess we all have our hidden struggles, right?
Right.
That's right, Shinya. If only he knew. Then again, maybe Shinya struggles too. Maybe dating Tomoe is his cry for help. Maybe he's going to snap one day and come into the office with a knife. Or maybe he'll discover Corpse Girl's website and request Kotomi Ida's death in retaliation for ending his career. Who knows? I can't read this guy as well as I initially thought. For the longest time, I was under the impression he had a crush on me. So what would I know?
Anyway, I hope Sato feels better soon. Maybe she'll find a job that suits her one day.
Nope.
Maybe.
Say, seeing as we're friends now and all, would you mind if I asked you a personal question?
Yeah, what's up, Orange Tie?
That depends on what it is.
It's related to, intercourse?
Damn. Bro, at work? My face scrunches up at the word. I don't like the direction this conversation's heading in.
Shouldn't this be something you talk to your girlfriend about?
Yes, you're right. But I can't actually speak to her about it.
Damn.
You're really the only other friend I have, so...
Shinya's face takes a dark expression that's far more depressing than what he just said. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, what's the question?
If, hypothetically speaking, if someone pressures you into, you know...
Sex?
His face turns red in an
Yes.
instant.
That. If someone pressures you into it and you really don't want to do it, what should you do?
Damn.
Say no. Firmly and loudly. No one should make you do things you don't want to do.
Truth.
Yes. Of course.
I feel that my answer didn't give Shinya the comfort he is obviously seeking.
Is Tomoe pressuring you into going all the way?
No, of course not. She would never...
Uh-huh.
Never mind. It was foolish of me to bring up this topic.
Uh-huh.
I'm really sorry, Noriko. Please, forgive my lack of professionalism.
Damn. Shinya bows to me deeply, his face parallel to the floor. He quickly turns and scuttles away before I get the chance to say anything else. What was all that about? Could Tomoe be pressuring him? I wouldn't put it past her, but something doesn't feel right. She seems really smitten with him. Would she really push him like that? Maybe it's guilt from not being able to prevent his career going down the toilet, but I feel like I should try and do something to help him. I watch Shinya get on the elevator, and once double doors close, I get up from my desk and scoot over to Tomoe's workstation.
Hey, can I have a minute?
This is weird. Normally I come to bother you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Shinya ever gone all the way?
Huh? We've only been together for, what, a week? You think I'm some sort of slut?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't answer that! Look, not that it's your business, but... No, we haven't.
Okay.
Shinya's sweet. He's old-fashioned, you know. He wants to really get to know me before we go down that road.
Yep.
And I'm happy to wait. The last few guys I dated only ever wanted one thing from me. And that gets old real fast, you know?
Okay.
Okay, I believe you.
Why are you asking me anyway? Did Shinya say something to you?
Well,
No, I was curious, that's all.
You think we're real friendly now, don't ya? Well, I don't mind some girl talk. Come talk to me anytime.
It's cute.
Thank you. I'll do that.
There you go. Tomoe waggles. She waggles her fingers in goodbye. Blip. Little waggle. Interesting. And wave in return to... Okay. If I take Tomoe at her word, which I find myself doing increasingly more... I mean, why would she lie about that? Then she's not trying to get Shinya to do anything he's uncomfortable with. So, that can only mean one thing. Someone else is pressuring Shinya. But the guy admitted to me only today that his only friends are Tomoe and myself, so... Who was he talking about when he brought up the subject? Damn. Oh, coffee date time. New scenery. Let's go. I'm a little worried that I haven't received a news alert for an obituary today. My latest victim, that twin woman, had her photo time-stamped at 9:01 a.m. this morning. If my method worked like it has the last few times, then she should be well and truly dead by now. She should have slit her own throat, or something mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. It's not like I've managed to identify how Corpse Girl's power works. I'm no closer to figuring out why her victims die. All I know is that they do die. And yet, I can't find any matching obituaries for the day. I've tried searching manually too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. I've scoured every source I can find and come up with nothing. It's possible she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible that she's planning to do it. Or maybe someone else is still planning to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible that this time my victim won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back to square one. My winning streak will be over and it really begins. Before it really begins, the Corpse Girl photo has no effect. I make a mental note to discard the burner phone when I get home. I somehow forgot to get rid of it on my way to work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent out the photo. I'm not straying too far from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
That familiar, halting voice snaps me out of my thoughts. Kojiro stands before me, wearing slightly cleaner clothes than last time we met. It's very possible that he interpreted this meetup as a date and decided to wear his absolute best outfit. He also shaved, you know. The smell of the morgue is only faint upon him, thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne.
Hi.
Can I sit?
Please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. He's tall, lengthy. His tall, lengthy form doesn't really seem to fit with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Great. Ordered yet?
No. What do you recommend?
House blend. Fantastic. They roast it here. Also, the chocolate gâteau is amazing.
Chocolate gâteau.
I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Roger that.
The waitress eventually comes around and Kojiro places our order in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken aback. She bows politely and humbly asks him to repeat himself in Japanese. Once our order is settled, Kojiro leans forward and looks into my eyes.
You wear glasses?
I subconsciously reach my hand to my face and check if I am indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
Kojiro leans back, casually shrugs.
Couldn't remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
Last time? Is he referring to when we met in the library?
I've never worn glasses. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just making conversation.
What?
This place is great, right?
What the It's true that the cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and the display of various cakes at the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make out the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals in what I presume to be French. All in all, it's a nice place. Kojiro chose well.
Is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry, it's on me. How's work? The bank, right?
Bankish. I cock my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
That's so. Huh. Read your profile wrong.
I relaxed somewhat at his explanation. Of course he would read my noise profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal. I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. Our conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of chocolate gâteau. The cake is delicious and moist. Oh, delicate and moist. And my stomach growls in betrayal of my convictions. Kojiro thanks the waitress in French. And she once again bows in embarrassment and takes her leave.
Right.
He scoops up a section of the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave my hand politely and shake my hand. He takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of dessert.
Could eat if you wanted. You're skin and bones.
Excuse me?
Just saying, could stand to gain some weight.
Woo! Alright. The nerve of him. Who would say that to a young woman?
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well. Think...
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean. You're gorgeous. Just saying, some cake wouldn't hurt.
Damn. Saying that ass is flat, Kojiro? I'm gorgeous? I feel a little flush and I look down at my phone to avoid Kojiro's warm gaze.
Try the coffee, please.
I reach for the cup in front of me, more due to the pleasant aroma than Kojiro's suggestion. I take a sip. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature and it's absolutely delightful, rich, delicate. I could drink this all day. I've probably been wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
For the first time since Kojiro arrived, I smile.
It's wonderful.
Right? I like your smile.
Stop. This guy is really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned. Still, the praise is kinda nice. Even if he's just trying to play me with the oldest line in the book. I figure I should switch the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
This is gonna turn him on more.
Wow. Good question.
I never left the morgue. Born in the morgue. I'll
Okay.
die in the morgue.
Let's see. 34 now. Started there at 22.
How many years that? It's 12
Damn.
years.
12 years. Never thought about it. Shit, I'm old.
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
How old are you? Can I ask that?
I don't mind. I'm 20.
Wee woo. It's a little bit too much of an age gap, I would say. 14 years?
Phew. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Is that an issue?
No, of course not. You're mature for your age. Or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
You're out of touch because, you only talk to corpses. I can't help but giggle.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a nerve.
Would you date an older guy?
Oh! And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer the question like that?
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type.
I'm gay.
And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
And so, unrequited love, huh?
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. You're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
He raises his coffee cup in a toast, then takes a sip. Maybe I had him wrong. He might be a bit more mature than I gave him credit for. If he can take rejection without pressing the point, that speaks a lot about his character.
So, Corpse Girl. Interesting, right? How does she do it? The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
Wonder what her death count is.
3, 4 if I'm lucky. Try not to say this out
Eiichi
loud.
Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Cut the brake line. Drugged.
Well, you're in the morgue, man. Don't you do drug tests
I
and stuff?
have no idea. Sorry.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I did lead to him believe that. I'll have to continue to go along with it.
And for no personal reason?
That's right.
Brutal. Don't request my death, okay?
We'll see.
His face lights up, almost as if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer. Excited even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death. Know anyone who deserves it?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither. Maybe you should request me.
Damn.
I'm dying to know how it goes down.
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
Yeah, who's gonna take care of the body?
Eh, I can protect myself. I mainly want a corpse photo. How does she do it? Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
You mean Strange Flower?
Bingo.
Bingo, a bango bongo.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
It's interesting, I won't lie.
No, Belle Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Right. He's not all there.
Halfway through, huh? So, has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Yeah. Took the corpse out for Italian?
Nice.
I can imagine the waiter's reaction. Ah, classic.
Kojiro seems to really enjoy the reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting. But the way he's laughing at it makes me a little worried. Then again, the guy who works in a morgue also... Maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him.
Oh, that's it there.
It takes me a second to realize that he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book in question is sticking out of my bag at the top.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
I nod and reach the book. I pull a massive tome from my handbag with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free, but it snags the bag zipper and causes some of the contents to fly out. A few personal belongings fall to the floor with a clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, pen hit the cafe floor. Kojiro comes around to my side of the table and helps me pick up my things. He pauses when his hand grapples another book that has fallen underneath. Strange flowers.
Photography? What's this?
I quickly reach for the book and try and snatch it from his grasp.
It's nothing.
Kojiro is quick, and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues reading the cover.
English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
He returns to his seat and flips through the pages. I finish packing my belongings away. I bow my head silently, waiting for his judgment.
You can read this?
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first.
You're not the same.
Oh, these images.
Kojiro suddenly snaps the book closed and looks at
I
me.
figured it out.
I brace myself for his inevitable
Corpse
accusation.
Girl fakes the photos. The photos aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible.
Yeah,
Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
he's correct. But will he get back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl?
Why do you have this book? Are you editing photos?
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore.
Damn.
Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
Bango bongo.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Yes.
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
Kojiro is Detective Morgue. Thinking quickly, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo. The one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's not photo manipulation, then one more theory.
What is
Ghosts.
it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
Oh.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out. It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse.
Oh.
Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up, just like in Strange Flower.
Oh.
She makes it look like the Vic. It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
Damn.
Huh, I see.
Immediately, my mind starts to kick into high gear. Kojiro has unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim, then she holds a photography session to capture the magic? The realism would be amazing. It would be way more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. It'll be the next step in realism. It's sure to convince the victim to kill themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims can be relied upon to kill themselves, then I don't have to continually question the cause of death. I wouldn't need to worry about whether the mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on the Corpse Girl's behalf. All of the deaths would be caused by suicide. It would be predictable. Conquering victims would simply be a matter of forging a convincing enough corpse replica. But the legwork involved in acquiring corpses would be... that's it. The answer is sitting right in front of me. With a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hands.
Say, hypothetically, would it be easy for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies?
No.
Legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone mostly. Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer. I'd give away spare corpses, no problem. Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison.
Yeah.
The price would have to be right. But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well,
That's
can't
right.
speak for them.
Interesting. So you would
Lots of
willingly
cases
work with
of
Corpse Girl if the
people
price
selling
was right?
off corpse in morgues.
Yeah, I've said it before.
Getting caught
Big fan.
is jail time, though.
I support her work.
Not good idea.
It's fascinating. If she really is using cadavers to make photos, then, well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
This is amazing. I never imagined this meeting to be so lucrative. If I want to get my hands on corpses I'll ever need, I can ask him. And now, I find myself breathing heavily. I notice that my cheeks are warm and my head feels slightly airy. It all comes down to whether or not I really want to step up my game. The way things are, well, the twin woman, my latest victim, doesn't seem to have given up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then, there's the case of the previous victims. Akane killed herself, there's no doubt about it. But Ichi Hanada, it's highly possible his car wreck truly was accidental. I may not have had a hand in that after all. Ruri Itano, my first ever conquest. The cause of her death still eludes me. There's no way she could have killed herself in the position her body was discovered in. She's the whole reason that I started suspecting someone else's involvement in the first place after all. So, there's one definite suicide, one potential murder, and one death that was accident. a traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted the victim to die. Statistically, there is no way to know how Corpse Girl power actually works. It's almost like deaths are just caused at random, and when you pile the countless failures I've encountered over the years, well, my success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to simply kill themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. With Kojiro's help, I could acquire cadavers and make them look like my victims. The work would be completely different to the photo manipulation. There will be gore involved, no doubt about it, and it'll take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing props. There's lighting to consider. The backdrop is one thing to make it. Can take an image from the database of the deceased and have a corpse splattered on the pavement, ready to go. It's an entirely different thing to have to drag out a body out of the morgue and plant it in position and take photos of it. There will be a lot to consider here. It's not a decision I can make lightly. And on top of that, I doubt I have the courage right now to ask Kojiro straight up for his help. But if I go for it, I'm absolutely positive it'll lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. The extraordinary realism I will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Finished your coffee?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Kojiro stands up and conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and then steps towards me. I stand up too, playing my best hand. What? And playing my best hand, I quickly lean forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to his height. I don't think I can pull it off as gracefully as I had planned.
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
What is that? I give him my best alluring look and bat my eyelids gently.
Yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with the tender fingers, amazed that I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
I spin and make a beeline for the exit. The fuck was that? I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step onto the pavement outside. It's not my nature to try and seduce someone for my benefit. So much so that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy. I don't know if I pulled it off. But now that I've left the cafe, I can't look back to see what effects I had on Kojiro, if any. I cross the road and a shiver runs down my spine. I hope I'm prepared for what I'm getting myself into. Hey, the mall! Saturday, June 6th. Nice. The weekend is here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment, with the doors locked and the windows closed, I find myself at the mall shopping for a new phone charger. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on power. I tried plugging into a different outlet, I tried plugging into my laptop, but nothing. Nothing I did gave my device the slightest amount of charge. I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around, but I turned to my apartment inside out trying to find it. I couldn't even find the right type in my drawer of burner phones. So, either the charger has died, which is the best case scenario, or my phone has become faulty. I hope the latter is not the case because I really can't afford to purchase a new one. Getting it repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to somebody for a day or two and go without it. So, I'm hedging my bets on the issue. Being with the charger, if I can buy a new one, all my problems should be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through the crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store will probably have a budget charger that will still fit my device. I just want to find one that I'm looking for and get out of this place. as I blindly navigate the area. I think back to last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. I'd been browsing through obituary news feeds, searching desperately for any sign of my latest victim's demise. No clues came up. There were countless new obituaries, of course. This is a big country, and people die every day, but every few matches of the description of my victim. The obituaries that did match the photos included, but none of them looked remotely like the twin woman. It was a dead end after dead end. I might have just accepted the fact that this latest request will go unfulfilled. But accepting it makes me angry, very, very angry. I find myself stomping through the mall. More often than simply walking. Few people glance, but I don't pay a heed. I wanted that woman to die, and I wanted her twin sister to rejoice or despair at the fate that befell her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to the spiral down, down, and down, and down, and down. To spiral down and just die. To give up, to die. To spiral down, to die. To spiral out of control. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. Spiral down, down.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
My head is foggy, my senses blurred, my face hot, my hands cold. I repeat the mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
I fall to my knees and scream at the top of my lungs.
Ah! Why didn't you die? Why didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Yeah, bro, this is maybe not the mall.
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die.
Is she going to kill somebody?
Mom, I'm scared. I'll kill her. I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. Tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll kill her myself.
I'll kill her.
All right. That's enough.
A strong hand pulls my shoulder and my face hits the ground hard. My arms are restrained behind my back, and all I can see in my blurry vision is the checkered tile floor.
You're
of the
coming
mall.
with me.
Damn. My limp form is tugged backwards and my head lolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. Stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheeks as it rudely awakens from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreads across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding the ice pack to my cheek. He motions for me to take hold of myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
You can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
Who's this guy?
Huh?
Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk causes dull ache in my jaw.
I apologize for treating you so roughly. The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
This guy, I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing him in the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa. The very same guy who lives in my apartment building, the nice guy who greets me in the stairwell, the father of the sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you are completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Nariko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
I try to think hard about the circumstance that led me here. Remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something. Some familiar primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Nariko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming? An image of a smiling woman flashed in my mind, a twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim, the one who didn't die? That's right, I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger. Here, right in the mall. Stupid. This is all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, the whole meticulously planned morning routine rarely bothers me. But the shopping mall? What was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake, taking pills or two every other day, or when I feel like it. Isn't going to help me. Yep. Skipping days at a time and popping a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines, keep a strict schedule of when I take one. Damn it, Noriko. I'm supposed to be calm at all times, stoic, unflinching Noriko. What the fuck am I doing?
Nariko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
I'm off my meds.
No.
I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Nariko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
A knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
A metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. A broad, intimidating man enters a small room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks me up and down with a sour expression.
Your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Nariko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Ah, come on.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me, pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator, for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department.
Is that right?
You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Uh-huh.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Kenji? Ah, Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst.
Oh.
Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here.
I mean,
and now.
not really. His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove my cold ice pack from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of
I
trouble.
apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
The medication excuse. I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something, and quickly, or I'm not getting out of here anytime
See?
soon.
I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm. And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings.
No, we got the phone
You
on us.
understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
Damn, the detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open, rummaging around inside, somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today. I even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. He finds nothing of interest in the bag, save for one thing, my phone. Taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
I realized that the last drop of my battery power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. He found certain things on my phone. I might be in trouble. It's not like I keep corpse photos on there. That's my collection of burner phones for. But there are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro, for starters. And then there's those images of Aoi and Tomoe, that famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded on the net. What? Aoi knows that I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan has seen her photos. Still, I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this asshole looking into my affairs.
Battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me. I can barely manage to catch it with my brittle, skeletal, clumsy fingers.
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously and hears the scraping shriek of the steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand, see the mirror image counterpart peering at me in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight. My gaunt face seems fuller somehow, and my prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me, she's not wholly familiar. This is Noriko Kurosawa? This is Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. A sour taste rolls around my tongue and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. The steel door swings open and Fujikawa stomps in like a little angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
Damn, why? I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
Alright, boy. I can do nothing but nod. A wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Fujikawa spins at his heel and force once again and leaves me sitting alone. Take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. Damn. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her. Weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of peppy pink pills. Noriko. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that, but I'm more than that. More than her. I'm Corpse Girl. I'm bigger than the frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Ojiro called me gorgeous. It made me feel good. But that doesn't matter, none of it matters. Corpse Girl matters. She will succeed, and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi, with her small frame and her cute features, and that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe, with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and those oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko, with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who is just like me and Yuriko combined, but with vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear, but now just gaze over whoever you try to talk to her. I need to look like Noriko, with her dark hair and her intense gaze and her healthy, acceptable frame. I don't need to look like this skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like the physical embodiment of hunger and longing and lust and fear and stress and anxiety and uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion. I curse at the mirror and I spit on my own reflection.
Fuck you!
I clench my fists until my nails dig and tear and pierce my flesh, letting blood trickle between my knuckles and drip down the carpet.
I don't want to be you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you!
But I am you. I am Corpse Girl. And that's what I always wanted. It's that sense of belonging that I've always sought, and that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost, after Mother moved and Yuriko put on ice, after I found this apartment and felt so strange at first. This is who I am.
I love your hair, your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raised 2 fingers to my mouth and kissed them gently, and then pressed them against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
Alright, well that was a little cycle of emotions there. I've got books on the floor. June 7th, Sunday. To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning cleaning up my room. I had used some elbow grease to get a few specks of blood out of the carpet and to clean a bit of lipstick off the mirror. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water. I didn't skip the pills. I don't like this time. Okay? It'll be some time before I feel stable, maybe even a few weeks, but the fact that I'm already taking steps towards it has done wonders for my mood. Today is the day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. Can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed on my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong for Corpse Girl, for me. With my room now clean, I decided to spend a little time tidying the rest of the apartment. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments. Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1. I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because that twin woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her, and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods, and keep moving forward. And I'm not at a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve, after all. Kojiro's connection to the morgue may very well be the ace I will need to win. Commitment number 2. I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken, not yet. I'm going to improve. I'll keep up with my medication. I'll keep up with my social life, which means keeping in touch with the few friends I have. Aiwi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. I'm going to eat a little more. Not much more, because I want to stay slim, but enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aiwi. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she's always stood by me, and my insecurities and my anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own complications and anxieties to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move from this obsession of her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is and always will be my dearest friend, and I'll always love her. But I will let her remain simply my friend, and will find someone else to call a lover. My last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day, instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eyes on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya's a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there, and there never will be. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup or whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kojiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous. He really said that. But he's too weird. I feel he's the kind of guy who would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. For now, I can't think of anyone I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some more time. I have all the time in the world. I find myself smiling as I finish tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean space to live really does lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's a musty odor that seems to be integrated into the very walls of this apartment building for at least as long as I've lived here. I know it's not coming from my apartment because it's pretty easy to smell from downstairs too. As far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I can keep disgusting mold out of my home. Still, occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early, and I feel good. All the chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but I decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I could hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and I'm sure the last one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself more, I snatch up my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims. Fresh blood. Ugh. versus an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. Might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with their finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of his clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second vision is much more interesting. Whew. Two things strike me as noteworthy this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, as though its owner values it above all else. A signature is scribbled across it with white ink. It's an autographed photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous? I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I'd be willing to bet that a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. If she's an idol or a singer or an actor, it wouldn't be unheard of for something like this to happen. Fanboy gets to meet her a few times, they shake hands at an event, whatever. He asks her out and she politely declines, and then obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her. Kill her. Well, that's the theory I slowly piece together as I examine the photo and finer details of the photo. The reasons behind the request don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Nice. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours from when I sent the photo. It'll be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths occur around the same time. It will make tomorrow a very exciting day. With my goal set, I load up the database and the deceased and get to work. That's right. It's Monday. Welcome back to June 8th, Monday. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct dose and even washed it down with water. I didn't interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train, got in the convenience store at the usual time, and arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever. Strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office and even made small talk for a few minutes. Since the day has nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me, anyways. At least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 p.m., and although both of my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified, but even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quaint environment and feel soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I like to take this time slowly and pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me, the spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult, but now I know her a little better. I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we may have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
You know, same old. What about you?
Yeah.
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but...
What's wrong?
Hasn't he seemed, like, kinda off today? He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
Damn.
Another woman?
Shinya? Some fragments of memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutter around in the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman? Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
Cheating? No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory was flittering back at the edges of my consciousness has come into light. Shinya spoke to me hypothetically about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't one. So, what was he talking about? Is this something I should talk about Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then their relationship could really be in trouble. But, is it my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she's genuinely worried about him. Take a deep breath. This is just office drama, like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
What?
What? Are you serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Well, I mean...
Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Oh, I know what's happening.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I'm afraid I have no clue about that.
I have an
Sorry.
idea.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
She probably will.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, Skank. I'll keep you updated.
Alright, well.
Okay, good luck.
She spins on her heels and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk and exchange a few words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves and Shinya slowly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left his office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leaves and eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my new conviction to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me in a sudden movement reminiscent of corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie movie.
Noriko!
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it is to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper. I need to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? There you go. We're gonna do this one.
Are you having trouble with Tomoe?
The path has been decided. Shinya stares blankly for a few moments before slowly opening his lips.
Somewhat. I think she can tell that I'm unhappy in our relationship.
Uh-huh. He's unhappy? I swear it wasn't long ago that he was posting on Noise about having found true love.
Do you want to talk to me about it?
I don't want to overstep the boundaries of our relationship.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a bit late for that, isn't it? You asked me about sex not long ago.
That's true. But that was unprofessional
You're
of
damn
me.
right it was.
Tell me why you're unhappy with Tomoe.
Promise not to tell her, okay? I want to be the one to let her know when the time is right.
Of course.
The truth is, there's someone else. Someone else I've been intimate with.
Someone else. The same someone else who's been pressuring him into sex.
Huh, I see. It's an affair, then?
Shinya flinches at the word like it just let some unforgivable curse slip through my lips.
Affair is such a mature term for it. I wouldn't call it that.
I see. Are you able to tell me who the other woman is?
Oh.
I can't do that. Sorry. I want to protect her.
Wow. I nod to feign understand. I don't understand. He wants to protect this other woman, and he doesn't want Tomoe to know. So in a way, he's trying to protect her too. But it's kind of a situation that never works out favorably. Both women are going to end up hurt, and Shinya is going to end up alone and unforgiven. It's true. The whole situation sounds messed up to me. I don't know if he's having a genuine affair or if he's trying to cover up the fact that someone is abusing him. It's option B. And I don't feel like I'm going to get a straight answer out of it.
I should go. Please, don't mention any of this to Tomoe. I swear I'll tell her myself, but when the time is right.
He nods, and almost as if to reassure himself that his own words are true, grabs his bag and gently pushes past me towards the elevator.
Good night, Noriko.
Good night.
And just like that, I find myself alone in the office. Alone, without any more answers. And at that very moment of despair, my phone rings out like a beacon of hope. I bring my eyes to the message from Shinya. What? Emblazoned. From Shinya emblazoned across my screen. It's just 2 words. Kotomi Ida. Kotomi Ida? The executive. Yeah, obviously. The very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap. Yeah, obviously. So, that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. That's right. It was about her relationship with Shinya. And just like that, I suddenly have even more questions. Is Shinya in a genuine relationship with Kotomi, or is she using him? Just like I initially thought. I rubbed my eyes and let out a sigh of exhaustion. Yeah. Oh. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles on the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much so that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadows in the reflection has a dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen thanks to the steam that has fogged up the glass. Aoi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or could it be a spam caller, trying to sell me something I really don't need? But I may just cave and buy it anyways because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I open the shower door and tiptoe, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches my phone and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running and is greeted with a welcome warmth. as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web, truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as I scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from user Koji. Koji is calling me? I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey,
Hi. Good time?
Having a great time, bud.
sure.
Bad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well, sorry. Awkward now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
The message board's noise channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call
What
it
was
that.
the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
Strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl is struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either one of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman or the attractive semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Damn. Of course. It was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a
Was
strange
hoping you
post.
could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
This again, Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? Why did... What did I do this
It's
time?
okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number.
Damn.
Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So the first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. Both posters about receiving a photo. That could only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them was the semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they're taking the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves? Or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this an attempt to repeat the failures I had with this woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit. He's once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's besides the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. He already knows I'm Corpse Girl. It should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk the path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that the old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over, but not me. Not new and improved Noriko. Turned off the running water and step out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flab on my skeletal arms jiggles as I dry myself off. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A curious glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I am thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, it's still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom lights as I exit, entering the bedroom. I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheet, so I pull it towards me. A few clever keywords in the search engine quickly leads me to the post on Noise-chan that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today. The follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skim through the text to see if there's any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my last two victims created these posts. I spend a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request the access to his morgue? It's a big step. This seems to be a time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding for me, for Corpse Girl. I pull my laptop to me once more and begin brainstorming my plans. Got some loading screen action. Park time. Let's go. On Tuesday. He should be here by now. I was pretty clear about meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45 and he isn't in sight. Though, I thought for sure he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try and tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation, and I'm not actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I've never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he will take it in stride. Well, yeah. Wouldn't be going through this if I didn't firmly believe that. Yeah, you goddamn late, Kojiro. My neck jerks in reaction to his voice.
There you are.
I'm late?
Yeah. I make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Traffic?
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Damn. Kojiro's eyes widen as he looks me up and down. I blink and look up and I look at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking that my stupid attempts to erase suspicion of my identity were working on him.
You're going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Wait, no, that's not...
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Kojiro, I don't...
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be shy.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurred out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Yep. Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely. If you can call that reaction my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
Did you even hear what I just said?
Of course.
I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos and the deaths.
I feel kind of strange to say these things out loud. For some reason, it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Yeah.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Yeah.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
Yeah.
No.
Then... how? How did you figure it out?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I did, huh? That was stupid of me. I suppose that gave it away.
No. Other people could have known those names.
Yep.
Then... Come on. Throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Ah. Kojiro did. Eiichi Hanada, the guy who died in a traffic incident, I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicion at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explained how I knew he was the one of Corpse Girl's victims. But if Kojiro is telling me now is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect. How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand. You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop and he stares at me intently.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you're a Corpse Girl.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
Because he requested it, idiot.
I was the one who requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
There you go. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claim believable beyond all doubt. I feel all the blood drain from my
submitted
face.
his photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I can't believe they're playing this song. I took credit for something Kojiro did, of course. That would paint me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time?
Yes.
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's sudden move.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods, my methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy, or a powerful ally. It's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no question asked, as long as the price was right. So, all I have to do is make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join me. Help me. Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decided to quote a certain passage from the book that Kojiro himself gave me, a paragraph from Strange Flowers that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about. You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
Yes.
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Me, myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is the critical point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
What? This offer is a gamble, and I know that in the back of my mind. However, it is only feasible solution I can come up with when I planned out the encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed, and thin line disapproval.
Sorry. Already got my fill of corpses.
Yeah, I mean, people die all the time.
Works full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stand my ground and back down. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from. As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day. But you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
Oh. I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I pray, that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction is exactly what I was expecting. He laughs, a big hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my
Figured
face.
me out? I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps. But you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bead of sweat forms on the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing, because I've planned out the whole scenario in detail, but until I actually try and pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it'll work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy. So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. I think about this offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already. If he wants to take it further, that's not on me. If I can get some assistance, it will surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends his hand. I grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. I shake once, and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense, murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes, and he reverts to his awkward, alien
Saws
self.
about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
I know. Seriously? Did I come up with this elaborate insight into his psyche and his desires for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted was a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Of course. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
A spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied.
Damn.
When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
Okay.
A factory?
Abandoned factory. All for corpse collection. I like the sounds of that. Yeah, but like, that's not a real plan. That's insane. It's pretty late, but by the time I get back home, completely wiped out, that conversation with Kojiro took away more out of me than I would have guessed. My entire mouth feels parched and dry, probably due to a combination of nervousness and talking far too much. Still, I'm happy with the end results. That meeting was worth stepping out of my comfort zone for. I'll wait for Kojiro to get back to me about the abandoned factory. Once we secure a location like that, our real work will begin. I figure I should be in for the night since I need to be at the office in the morning. But the ever-present tug of curiosity pulls at my sleeves, and I feel myself being drawn to my laptop. Take a quick look, new request, just a peek. Laptop open, logged in. I feel a surge of endorphins slug across me in my face when I see the notification from your one request. Squealing like an overly excited schoolgirl. I open the message and view the details. The photo loads almost instantly and fills the screen. The woman, middle-aged, with a stern expression, well-groomed and dressed business attire. And immediately familiar. Kokomi Ida. I'm in complete disbelief. Seeing this request come through the site gives me a disorienting sense of deja vu. I rack my brain for the cause, wondering if I've lived this moment before. The answer hits me quickly despite my mind's exhaustion. Kokomi Ida isn't the first coworker of mine to have her death requested. Though, I didn't know it at the time. Akane Tsurumaki also worked in my building, and her death was requested not all that long ago. Kokomi Ida marks the second person to be wanted dead within my company, and she's an exec, just like Tsurumaki. I wonder if it is simply a coincidence. It surely has to be. After all, Tomoe confessed that she was the one to request Tsurumaki's death. She seemed to regret doing so. Therefore, I have no doubt I have to doubt that she'd go on and upload Kokomi Ida's photo to the site. So, who would want Kokomi Ida dead? She isn't the most liked person, but who really is? She deals with the juniors on my floor on a regular basis. The juniors, like me, Tomoe, Shinya. Shinya. That's right. Thanks to Kokomi, Shinya's prospects at the company are dead in the dirt. And that's before even diving into the true issues, their current relationship. Would he request her death as retribution? He doesn't seem like the person, but I let out a sigh. I'm far too tired to run through my myriad of possibilities tonight. I don't think I can even bring my weary fingers to navigate the database of the deceased to start this request. I'll tackle this tomorrow. No matter the reasons behind the request, Kokomi Ida will receive a corpse photo. That's my conviction as Corpse Girl, after all. I close the lid on my laptop and throw myself down on the bed, begging for sleep to claim me quickly.
I need to talk to you.
What's with that look? Got something up your ass?
Oh,
Come on,
not yet.
just follow me.
I grab Tomoe's wrist and guide her away from the labyrinth of desks and into the elevator waiting patiently for us. We emerge from the double doors in the lobby. The place is quiet and nearly empty. It offers significantly more privacy than the crowded 14th
God,
floor.
your fingers are bony. You're pinching me.
Damn.
Sorry.
I let go of her wrist and she grabs it gingerly against her clothes.
Anyway, what's up?
I hesitate for a moment. Even though I ran through the scenario in my head during the train ride, it's still anxious about playing out now. But the situation involves Tomoe, either directly or indirectly. As my friend, she needs to know.
I think Corpse Girl is going to target Kotomi Ida.
Eh? Did you get one of them photos?
Her reaction is fairly indifferent. I thought after being involved in Tsurumaki's death, this news would have more of an impact on
Well,
her.
no, I don't think so, but
How do you know then?
that's hard to explain. Just bear with me. Kotomi and Shinya had a falling out. Because of her, his career here is at an end. I'm sure he told you about it.
Yep.
That makes sense. Shinya would confide his girlfriend about his career, but I don't know the extent of Tomoe's insider knowledge. I doubt she knows the true nature of their relationship, judging by how nonchalant her reaction has been so far.
So, if you can kind of guess what I'm getting at,
What?
I think maybe that Shinya requested her death.
Shinya? Nah, he don't have it in him. Besides, that bitch has it coming.
She does?
Yep. I'm surprised you found out about it, but I plugged her photo into Corpse Girl's website yesterday.
Damn. I'm stunned. I can hardly formulate a response to Tomoe's confession.
Absolute skank. She deserves to die.
Damn.
But why? After you requested Akane Tsurumaki's death, why would you?
Look, it's not about Shinya's career, alright? I spoke with him. Real deep and meaningful like.
Oh yeah.
He confided in me. But since we're friends, I suppose I can share it with you. Kotomi Ida has been sexually assaulting him.
Yep.
Seriously?
I feign a surprised reaction. In reality, I'm just more taken aback that Shinya actually confessed to
It's been
Tomoe.
going on for months, he says. And now she's fucked his career up, so he'll have no choice but to leave the company.
Yeah.
He leaves, and she gets off free without anyone finding out about what she's been doing to him.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked
I
up.
hate
Sure.
I hate her so fucking much.
Yep, I try to digest Tomoe's words. I didn't know that Shinya had been putting up with the abuse for such a long time. So, could Tomi's motives for ending his career were purely out of self-interest? She was probably looking for a reason, any reason, to discard him, and that slight incident with Aoi was just good enough for her to seize. If he quits the company, she won't get found out. It's a simple plan, but utterly devious.
We should tell someone what she's been doing. She can't get away with that.
She ain't gonna get away with it. Corpse Girl's coming for her, remember? I can't wait to hear the news about Kotomi winding up dead somewhere. I hope she gets her throat slit.
Yeah.
But hey, how'd you find out about it?
Tomoe cocks her head and gives a concerned look. I brace myself as I watch the gears slowly turn inside her head, waiting for her to point the finger at me. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to reveal this information to Tomoe. I should have just kept my mouth shut and fulfilled the request like always. Damn it! Why does my curiosity always get the better of me? I'm going to cause my own demise at the rate I'm going.
Oh, I figured it out. Kotomi must have received a photo and told you about it, huh? Wow, that Corpse Girl sure works fast.
Tomoe's gleeful expression suddenly caves in and she gasps.
Wait a minute. Why would she even show you something like that? When I think about it, there was that time you got a photo, but nothing happened. Then, the only way you could have really known about Kotomi is...
I flinch as Tomoe takes a purposefully step towards
You're
me.
a Corpse Girl, aren't you? You have to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Tomoe found you out. Come on. I avert my gaze and look to the floor in
God.
silence.
Are you for real? I can't believe it.
You took your sweet time figuring it out.
Don't give me that bullshit. You can't expect me to figure out something like that if you're gonna try so hard to hide it. What the fuck, girl? You get your rocks off by killing people?
Wow.
No, not exactly. I don't kill people.
The hell you don't! Explain that bitch Tsurumaki.
She killed herself.
Yeah, she killed herself. That's the cover-up, right?
I'm serious. She killed herself. But Corpse Girl encouraged her to do it.
Tomoe blinks a few times, her face scrunched up, analyzing my blank expression.
You're telling the truth. Holy shit. I can't believe this. You're really Corpse Girl?
There's no going back now. After hiding the true identity for nearly a year, I managed to reveal it to 2 people in less than 24 hours. You fucked up. I just hope I haven't made a fit. You have.
It's true. I'm Corpse Girl.
Wow, fuck me, right? All this time I've been thinking you're just some goth skank with weird hobbies.
Well, I mean, that's not untrue.
But you're actually pretty fucking cool. You're actually doing something with your life.
What is that? No.
Huh? I thought you'd be angry with me.
Angry? Why would I be angry? God, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me.
Damn.
I'm friends with fucking Corpse Girl. And people said I'd never amount to nothing. Though it took me long enough to figure it out. I ain't the sharpest light bulb in the shed.
Well,
I can't argue with that.
Tomoe laughs and puts her arm around my shoulder. I shrink away a little, but her good cheer is somewhat infectious. I feel a flood of relief wash through my body.
So, like, I gotta know. How many people have you killed?
I said I don't kill people, remember?
Yeah, you know what I mean. How many have offed themselves because of you?
It's an embarrassingly small number.
That's so? Oh, that's a shame. Listen, you gotta fill me in on all the juicy deets later, Kay. For now, please focus on getting rid of that bitch Kotomi.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, slut. Shinya and I will owe you one for sure.
Tomoe swings around and looks towards the elevator. She turns back, gives me a thumbs up gesture.
This convo never happened. Got it?
Yeah, no shit.
That's my line. You can't tell anyone about me and Corpse Girl.
Please, who would I tell?
Well, the police, for starters.
Fuck 'em. I ain't a squealer. I'm on your side, Corpse Girl. Anyway, peace.
Oh, Tomoe ducks away and leaves me standing alone. I really hope I made the right decision here. You didn't. I suppose I don't have a choice but to keep moving forward. My first order of business should be to take care of Kotomi Ida. If I can't get her to kill herself... Whoop. Skipped it. Damn. Yeah, well, okay. Zipped through. That's fine. Sometimes it zips through. I reach into my drawer and clutch a cheap plastic burner phone between my fingers. Crafting the photo of Kotomi Ida is done, and all I need now is to send it. I thought about waiting until tomorrow, but I've already put off making the photo for a day, so I'll make my move tonight. During editing, I timestamp the photo with tomorrow's date, 10:46 a.m. Doesn't leave much time for Kotomi to receive the photo tonight, but I'm confident the plan will be effective. Tomi will look at the photo tonight, she'll freak out and end it all immediately, or after a sleepless night of anxiety, she'll pull the trigger, figuratively speaking, instead of going to the office in the morning. I could cross my fingers and hope that divine intervention with someone else will take her life, but based on my recent failures, I don't think that's likely anymore. If anyone else were to be involved in the deaths of Corpse Girl's victims, I don't think they're still around. Why would my last few attempts have failed? No, my best bet is to urge Kotomi to simply kill herself. A convincing enough corpse photo might be enough to lure her to her death. When I turn my burner phone on, I'm happy to see the battery is still charged. I load up the number masking app, enter my trademark digits, and then shoot the photo into the network. If Kotomi is a screen addict like the rest of society, she'll be freaking out on about it in 10 seconds. Since the victim's going to have a quick turnaround time, I'll take the burner to the back shed tonight, store it. I'll ditch it on the way to the office tomorrow. I'm not expecting a reply within the narrow time frame, so there's no need to hold onto my phone for 24 hours like I normally do. Clutching the phone with one hand, I grab my keys from the kitchen bench in the other. I step towards the front door. The phone in my hand vibrates violently and I nearly drop it in terror.
What the?
I bring the screen swiftly to my face and read the alert. One new message. Without thinking, I unlock the phone and open the message. A reply from Kotomi Ida. You think this is funny? I know who you are. I'll report you to the police.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. She actually replied. For the first time since Corpse Girl started her grand work, I've actually received a reply from a victim, even though I used the number mask. There's actually nothing stopping someone from directly replying to my message. A reply message would still get sent through the network and back to the burner phone SIM card. The number's mask is simply a stealth tactic, disabling the ability to view what number actually is. It doesn't prevent replies. I discard the burner phone anyways, but it's an extra layer of security, not to mention a bit of a calling card. Judging by Kotomi's response, I assume we have a fighter on our hands. She's not going to give in easily. Her threat about reporting me to the police is a bluff. I'm confident that she couldn't possibly know my identity.
I've been waiting for this. I've waited so long for someone to reply.
I can finally put my contingency plan into practice. I've been holding out for this moment. I feel a wicked grin split my face in two, and I mash my fingers against the screen as I compose a venomous reply. You like that photo? That's you in about 12 hours, unless you follow my instructions. The message sends an instant, and I eagerly await the next reply. I'm not left waiting for long. Kotomi's response comes through within seconds. Her attitude has completely changed. Please, I'll do anything. What do you want?
I called your bluff, you piece of shit. Now you'll do what I tell you to.
I enter my instructions clearly and concisely. Pack 500,000 yen into yen? I think it's yen. I don't know. Into a bag. Put it in coin locker 6644 at Shinjuku Station. Retrieve the item already inside. Put the locker key inside a full soda bottle and leave it at the bottom of the locker. After I send the message, I decide to add one last bit. Do it now. Make sure no one sees you. Then go to platform 12. Do not board the train. Await for my instructions. Satisfied with this amendment, I hit send. Kotomi truly fears for her well-being. She'll carry out the instructions. Her response arrives shortly. Okay, I'll do it. I'm going there now.
Yes!
I've done it. I've convinced her. I'll collect the money once I'm sure she's no longer hanging around. 500,000 yen is nothing to sneeze at. It's not life-changing, but it'll cover my rent for a good few months. I chose this amount simply to test the waters. Asking for an insane amount would make it impossible for the victim to follow through, but I figured someone like Kotomi, an exec from a big company, would easily have access to this much dough. I'll go collect the money. And if everything goes well, Kotomi Ida will disappear before sunrise. This is a terrible idea. This is way more traceable. Though the hour is late, quite a few commuters are still navigating through Shinjuku Station wide platform and underneath Labyrinth. The train station beneath my feet is a sprawling metropolis that extends below the city. It's packed with restaurants, shops, and other outlets. I'm standing on one of the countless train platforms above ground. That world might as well be a completely different dimension. The only problem is that I'll have to brave the maze as soon as I descend the platform stairs. I tend to get dizzy in such places. My normal morning routine doesn't require me to travel through the underground plaza. I'm able to exit the station within minutes of my train arriving at the platform. Still, I'm somewhat familiar with the layout of the underground. I know exactly where coin locker 6644 is located. Coin locker in the train station. Train stations like this are a popular way for people to store luggage or personal belongings for a few hours at a time. In Shinjuku, I can often be difficult to find even a single available locker, but coin locker 6644 is special. I approach it from the main passageway in the underground, and my eyes take familiar sight. Locker 6644 sits in the middle row, nested between countless other lockers. Across the door is a thick coat of graffiti-colored curse words sprayed on thick paint in the locker. The graffiti is such an eyesore that it acts as a deterrent for anyone who might want to store their belongings. The icing on the cake is the condition of the coin-operated lock. The thing is busted and dented from physical abuse, like someone was trying to pry it with a crowbar or multiple occasions. However, I know from testing it firsthand that the lock still works despite its battered appearance. No one in their right mind would use this locker, and that makes it the perfect spot to host my pick. Glancing the locker, I notice that the soda bottle sits on top of it, a soda bottle full of bubbly, opaque liquid. I quickly look around and make sure that Kotomi Ida is nowhere in sight. I walk past the locker and completely lap around the immediate area, scanning thoroughly for her. But she isn't here. In fact, there are very few people in this little section of the station. Good. She followed my instructions perfectly. After leaving the key in the soda bottle, she left immediately. I approach the locker once more and I reach above and retrieve the soda bottle, then crack it open and hear a fizzy hiss. I bring the bottle to my lips, the eye level, and peering identically the shape of the key within the swirling ocean of carbonation. There it is. Try to fish inside the narrow bottle, opening my fingers thin. Though they are, I can't squeeze more than one finger inside at a time. I can tip the bottle over and let the soda and the key spill onto the floor, but if someone sees me being a nuisance and causing a mess, it'll draw unwanted attention. I've got no choice but to chug back some of the soda and try and catch the key in my mouth. As disgusting as the concept is, I need to steel myself. I raise the bottle to my lips, tilt my head back, and pour foul liquid into my open mouth. The saccharine tang of the artificial flavoring assaults my taste buds and immediately wants to vomit. But I'm committed to seeing this through. I can throw up later. The most important thing is getting the key. It isn't until the bottle is half empty that the cold metal key drops into my mouth and clanging against my teeth, and I nearly choke in surprise. Sputtering and spitting, I feel droplets of soda raining down my chin, my cheeks. I puffed like a squirrel as I try to retain the key and the soda in my mouth. I reach my fingers into her pursed tight lips and recover the tiny key. I quickly swallow it down the rest of the soda in my mouth, trying hard not to release the pungent pungent belch. I turn the key over in my hand and smile. My sticky teeth adhere to my lips, and it takes me a few seconds to lick them clean. Tossing the soda bottle into the nearby trash can, I wipe the key clean on my skirt and quickly insert the coin locker. Twist the key, turn the latch, and swing the locker door open. Inside, the dark vault is a single bag, simple paper pouch, like it would at a grocery store. I pull the paper bag out and look inside. A big stack of 10,000 yen bills fill the bag, and I'm not foolish enough to stand here and count it, but I'm confident the amount is at least pretty close to what I requested.
It worked! My plan worked!
I can hardly believe it. I devised this contingency plan for months. I waited so long to try it out. I need someone to reply their corpse photo. Someone to try and reject their fate. I wanted them to prove. People would bow in fear and do anything to save their own skin. It seems I was right.
Just one more thing to do.
Hold up the paper bag and clutch it tightly with my free hand, and then pull the burner phone out from my handbag. I compose a message to Komi Ida, who should be obedient waiting above ground on the train platform. When the next train arrives at a platform, stab the first person to disembark. You must kill them. If you escape, leave this prefecture, never return. It's done. When I first opened the coin locker and retrieved the paper bag, I immediately noticed the knife that I had placed inside months was missing. Kotomi followed every word of my instructions. My message had read, "Yep, put in the locker, and Shinjuku retrieve the item already inside." Giving Kotomi an opportunity, she can trade another life for her own. If she kills someone exiting a train, Corpse Girl will spare a life. It's a simple exchange and one that I bet she's willing to make. she gets away with the murder, she'll flee from this place. I won't see her ever again, neither will Shinya or Tomoe. To us, she'll be as good as dead. As for Corpse Girl, well, as long as the body is kind of in exchange, she'll be satisfied. Interesting. Huh. After a few minutes of waiting to reply to the message, I figure that she's not going to write back. She's probably getting ready for her task. Key to business. Take the nearest escalator towards the train platform. He's waiting for you to stab you, for sure. Wow. The scene is absolute chaos. It was difficult. It wasn't difficult at all to navigate this area. All I had to do was follow the echoing screams. I spy a shadowy form with bodies lining the platform in front of me. I can't make out the details, but a shallow pool of blood reflects the harsh light shining from above high. To my surprise and delight, a second body was sprawled across the road nearby. It was a young woman's corpse, her arm raised up against the vending machine. Adrenaline surges through me as the violent scene. Kutomi Ida. She managed to take out 2 people. She may be my new favorite person in the entire world. I hear panicked voices in the background as I turn my head slowly. What the? Two more bodies on the ground. 2 men in expensive-looking suits collapsed in the puddle of their own lifeblood. One of the men is still moving, groaning, pleading somebody stem the tide of gore. Familiar, lustful, tingling sensation begins to stir and rise through my belly, my thighs, my pelvis. I feel my toes clench and my breathing grows heavier. There's one more surprise to be had amidst the beautiful spectacle of carnage. The woman is slumped on the plastic chair that lines the platform. Her head is tilted, her suit jacket stained with red. A thick knife with a black grip protrudes from the side of her neck. A bubbling river of vital fluid cascades around her glimmering blade pools within her shirt collar. Even her face is masked by blood. It doesn't take more than a few seconds to recognize her identity. Nice. I swing around and take the entire view of the platform. Counting the bodies in the path of slaughter, my mind pieces together a theoretical scenario. Kutomi waited for the train doors open, knife drawn, the knife retrieved from the locker area. When the first person stepped out of the train, she stabbed him and left for dead in the body that was first saw lying on the edge. Yep, it is perfectly aligned to the next train. Okay. In a panic, Kukomi would have attempted to flee, but she bumped into her second victim. The young woman slept against the vending machine and cut her down desperately to make her escape. Judging by the wounds on Kukomi's own body, I would assume that the 2 businessmen laying face down tried to apprehend her. They must have sustained fatal wounds before finally managing to wrestle the knife away and plunge it into Kukomi's neck. It's all just speculation, but I'm fairly confident that's how this whole event played out. It was probably over in less than 60 seconds. Couldn't have worked out better for me. I never dared to hope that Kukomi would meet her end with such a plan that had been set in motion. I would have been satisfied with her simply skipping town. But my legs weaken under the weight, and I'm afraid I might buckle at any second. The waves of radiating heat spreading throughout my body are causing me to tremble and shake. So much blood everywhere. I've seen these countless photos, and I thought I'd become sensitive to it. Maybe I was wrong. Seeing blood in real life is completely different. I feel faint and pale, excited and aroused. I need to get out of here before the police arrive. More importantly, I need to get away before I collapse in a sweaty heap of lust and pleasure. Turning to heel and sprint down, rising the escalator fast, as my quivering legs will permit. There we go. And we're back in the next day. Made it out there. Good. Another morning fueled by coffee. Once again, I didn't manage to get much sleep that night. I want to say it's not my fault, but I know it's not entirely true. The grisly visage of all those slain people on the train platforms was burned into my mind's eye. Every time I started to drift off to sleep, a splash of blood or a fleck of gore would appear in my thoughts, and I would snap awake again. And the sight of Kotomi Ida's with a knife sticking out of her neck made me shiver more than a few times. Nevertheless, I'm here now, at the office as usual. Witnessing violence on that level, in person, was a different experience than I expected it to be. However, it has helped steel my resolve. I'll need to desensitize myself with that kind of carnage if I'm going to continue with Corpse Girl's ambitions. I set down the second empty can of coffee on my desk and lean back in my chair. I catch a glimpse of Tomoe tapping away on her keyboard, completely oblivious to what went down last night. There was a news broadcast regarding the event, of course, but the finer details of what occurred had been kept under wraps. It'll probably take the police and the media a little more time to get the story straight. It's not often that a mass killing spree takes over the news, and whether or not the identities of those involved will be revealed is beyond me. For now, I assume that Tomoe is in the dark about the events. I don't take her as the kind of girl to be up to date on current events. Even if she did hear about the stabbing, she couldn't possibly know that Kotomi was the culprit. I should probably fill her in later, though. She'll want to know that Corpse Girl claimed her victim, and if it was, even if it was in a kind of roundabout way, I stretched my arms above my head, let out a small sigh, and proceed to crack open a third can of coffee before getting back to work. Okay. Water, the bottle of cola.
You got a minute?
Fingerprints. Right. Fingerprints in that bottle of cola. Maybe security camera footage on those, things. You being there, kind of crazy. And then her phone with all the messages you send her, also crazy. Terrible idea.
Shit, yeah. I wanted to speak to you anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, you go first.
For sure. Well, I wanted to thank you for killing Kotomi Ida. I don't know how you did it, but thanks.
Huh? How did you know she died?
Oh, come on. She didn't come in today, right? And there was that brutal stab-in incident over at the station last night. It don't take a genius to put 3 and 3 together.
That's right.
That shit went down so close to here, where we spend so much of our time. Chances were good that it affects someone you know.
I shake my head at her logic. This city is home to more people than you can count. I don't know how she came to that conclusion, but the fact that she's actually correct still blows my mind.
Well, yeah. I guess that's it then.
I'm thankful. For serious. Yeah, Corpse Girl really did me and Shinya solid. If there's ever anything you need, no matter how dirty, then count me in.
Damn.
I owe ya.
Damn. It's one hell of an offer.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Sure. So, what'd you want to say to me?
Oh, I was going to tell you that Kotomi is dead.
Beat you to it, skank!
Yep.
But I got a question or two. How'd you get someone to go on a killing spree and take Kotomi out along with the others? I mean, it wasn't you going around stabbing people, was it?
No, of course not.
Oh?
It kind of happened outside my control. I sent Kotomi a photo of her corpse, just like Corpse Girl's standard mode of operation. And I gave her the instructions to kill someone, if she didn't want the circumstances of the photo to come true.
Holy shit.
She kinda ran with it, I guess. Seems like she took out 4 people before someone fought back and stabbed her. I think I'm in love with her, to be honest.
You weird slut! That's horrible!
What can I say? She went above and beyond.
Still, thanks. Really. Shinya will be stoked.
Will he?
That's okay. Just doing Corpse Girl's job. Where is Shinya, anyway?
Oh, he was in earlier. Went home a bit early because he wasn't feeling well. Think it was just because he was dreading running into Kotomi, but... Well, he'll sort himself out soon enough.
We'll see.
You know, Noriko, you've changed a lot.
I have?
Toads. I mean, I know you act different around me now that we're friends, but it's more than that. You look, I don't know, kind of better, healthy or something.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Serious though. I don't know. Maybe I just see it different now that I know who you really are.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going. You wanna grab a bite or something?
Not today, sorry. Maybe another time?
Sure thing. Right. See you, skank!
Tomoe slaps my shoulders affectionately and takes off towards the train station. If I remember correctly, she did say that she'd be happy to help me out in the future, no matter how dirty the work is. I'll definitely have to take her up on that offer if the need arises. Another interesting thought courses through my mind. Tomoe seemed kind of surprised that I managed to manipulate Kotomi into going on a killing spree. To be honest, I'm also amazed I managed to pull it off. Which gets me thinking, would it be possible to manipulate more people in the future? After all, I came out of last night's ordeal with 500,000 yen in cash and a bunch of bodies claimed in Corpse's girl's name. It's a fascinating prospect. There might be something to this. If I can successfully pull the right strings, Corpse Girl's ultimate ambitions might be fulfilled sooner than I thought. I continue to dwell on the unlimited possibilities as I make my way to the station. Same station where everyone was dead. Sitting on the train platform, thankfully not the same one from last night, which has been temporarily closed, I stare into the space, completely lost in thought. I start to wonder how Kojiro is getting on with finding us a stable location, fantasizing about having an abandoned warehouse or something, or factory, call your own. My phone cries desperately for attention. I retrieve my handbag and glance as Kojiro is requesting a voice chat. I absolutely wonder if he read my mind and knew I was thinking about him as I answered the call.
Hello.
Want to see the place?
No greeting, huh?
Sauce. Hi. Want to see the place?
What if I'm busy right now?
Sauce.
No.
Right? Want to see the place?
I roll my eyes, decided to just go along with it. After all, I am dying to move ahead and see what kind of location his kid will work.
Where is it?
Bad. Shin Okubo, behind K-Town. An abandoned factory. Just what you wanted.
Shin Okubo. That's suspiciously convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I work in Shinjuku. It's just one station away on my train line.
Okay, I'm heading there now. You in?
I'm in. How do I get to the factory from the station?
Mm-hmm.
Exit the station to Okubodori. That's K-Town proper. I'll message you the full address.
Okay, got it. Just head through Koreatown. I'll be there soon.
Yep.
Bad. Bye.
Kojiro ends the call and I immediately receive a message with the factory address. Seems easy enough to get to. Feel a bit nervous about getting there. It's a new place. It's located in a town I don't normally travel to. For some reason I feel energetic. I'm actually feeling enthused about it. Maybe it's because I haven't been hidden away at home all day. I've been at work, around other people. Perhaps that helps me acclimate to the concept of going somewhere new. The chance of someone sneaking up behind me and strangling me in broad daylight are pretty slim, I think. As I put my phone away, the train pulls into the platform. The same train I was going to take home will take me to Shin Okubo. It's the very next stop from here. I'm a little wary of how convenient this is turning out to be. Could be Kojiro is luring me into a trap, but I don't know. I think he genuinely wants to be involved with Corpse Girl's work. I board the train and stand by the doors, ready to disembark at the next station. Yep, that's an abandoned factory. The abandoned factory is almost exactly how I imagined it would be. Tall, broad, foreboding, eroded by worn down, with brick walls and steel sheeting covering a thick layer of black exhaust. Gigantic metal pipes protrude from within a wraparound the exterior, only to re-enter through the vents here and there. A series of ventilation shafts, chimneys line the roof, but they don't realize even a single puff of smoke. Oh, don't even release a single puff of smoke. This place has been shut down for a long, long time. The front entrance is located at the rear in a small parking lot. This is a simple steel door that has been chained up and padlocked. Further along the side of the building, the loading dock, an expanse of asphalt leads to the concrete path and a giant rolling door. In the docks is a derelict van, covered in a brown tarpaulin? Tarpaulin.
This place is amazing!
You haven't seen inside yet.
I glance towards the steel door, securely chained and shut, and wonder if anyone has entered within the last decade. Kojiro has checked out the inside. Then he did well, covering his tracks.
How do we get in?
Around here.
I follow his lead, and he walks towards the corner of the building. A steel railing bars our path, but he swiftly hurdles over it and continues down the side of the factory. I take a minute to climb over the railing, making sure not to twist an ankle as I stick a landing on the other side. Kojiro points to an open window. Thankfully, there seems to be enough of a gap for someone as large as Kojiro to slip through. I shouldn't have any issue getting in either, despite my thin, heavyset frame. He slides in first, and I quickly follow. And with that, I find myself inside the factory. There's still a forklift there? Bro, that's huge. Big money there. The place is huge, open plan design, and is pretty much empty. A few stray pieces of odd machinery line one wall, a small forklift, a pallet jack, and a bunch of buckets and mops catch my attention. All of this could be useful for other operation. Number of iron workbenches are piled up in a stack. They look heavy and rusted, and it would probably make good tables to resting corpses on. Aside from these miscellaneous items, the factory is essentially bare. The concrete floor is in bad shape, cracked and worn from probably 50 years of use. The thick brick walls are scored in some places and dented in others. Still,
It's perfect.
Thanks. Figured you'd approve.
How did you know about this place?
Kojiro doesn't answer immediately. His eyes turn to this stupendously high ceilings with the array of glass sunlight beaming down light upon us. After a minute, he turns back to me.
I used to work here.
There you go. His dad.
What did he do here?
He works at a factory.
This place used to manufacture steel fencing, chain link fences, barbed wire, chicken mesh. That kind of thing.
Huh, I see.
A lot of that is imported now. There's still an industry here, but Dad couldn't compete. Went out of business maybe a dozen years ago. Died about a month later.
He died?
That's how it goes.
I'm sorry.
We weren't close. Well, could have been closer.
So, how come no one else bought the factory?
Look around. It's a dump. Who'd want it? Cost a fortune to fix or rebuild. Wonder if it was waiting for us.
Yeah. I wonder.
It definitely all seems too good to be true, but this is the real deal. This is our
Going
factory
half
now.
on this, right?
Right.
Okay. Good. Welcome home then.
Let's work well together.
Roger that.
I've entered an unlikely partnership with Kojiro. We've obtained a base of operations, safe from prying eyes. The next step is to fill this factory with corpses and carry with Corpse Girl's grand scheme. Oh, we're gonna see
Thanks
our...
for accompanying me home.
No problem. Should I come upstairs?
Damn. A little forward, bro.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. By the way, when are we starting work?
Well, as soon as as soon as Corpse Girl receives another request for a death, we can start on it.
Oh, no grand heist from the morgue first?
Think about it. It's important that the cadavers I use match the details of my victims. I won't know what kind of cadaver to use until I receive a photo of the victim.
Guess that makes sense. What's the big plan anyway? How do we lift corpses from the morgue?
I had a feeling he would ask about this sooner or later. I did tell him that I had a perfect idea after all.
I imagine the biggest issue is writing off the bodies, so to speak. If a cadaver goes missing or is unaccounted for, there will be an investigation. Am I right?
Of course.
Guess so.
We need to be able to take the bodies away from the morgue without anyone ever knowing they're gone. So, the solution is simple. We only take the cadavers that are due to be cremated.
Okay, wise guy. A delivery company picks up the cremains nearly every day.
Yep.
Huh? Cremains?
That's what the ashes are called.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
So what do we hand over? Empty canisters?
It's simple. Fake ashes.
Yeah, right. Fake ashes. Like I just have those lying around. Huh. Might be onto something.
Yeah, you do just have them lying around.
Don't tell me you do have those lying around.
Not fake ashes. Real cremains. Bodies are cremated every day. Wouldn't be hard to take a bit off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Could probably get away with like a quarter?
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Zaz. Every time someone gets cremated, I'll collect a quarter of the ashes. Store them, put them aside. Won't take long to fill up a whole canister.
Let me see if I follow you. You gather up a little bit of ash from every cadaver that gets cremated.
Yep.
Whenever we want to hoist a body from the morgue, we use the previously gathered ashes to fill a canister. We slap a label on it that says, "These are the remains of so-and-so." Then we take so-and-so out of the morgue. We record that their body has been cremated, when in reality, it's been snatched from the morgue. I imagine the canister of ashes just gets picked up with all the others going out on the same day.
Pretty much. We also put a token in the canister.
A token?
Like a dog tag. Has the cadaver's serial number engraved on it. Normally attached to the body before cremation. They don't burn. Lets the cremains be identified later.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Can we get our hands on those tokens?
Sure. The bodies we're lifting from the morgue are due for cremation anyway. I can get the tokens engraved without a hitch. Proper serial numbers and all.
Okay, good. This is getting complicated, though. There's quite a bit we have to remember to do.
Don't worry. I'll take you through it when we need to. Most importantly, I'll need to start gathering portions of cremains. Need to have those collected in advance.
Yeah. Thanks. Really.
No props. But big question remains.
What's that?
How do we move cadavers out of the morgue? Ever tried lifting a stiff? Not easy. And you're no bodybuilder. No offense.
None taken?
Look, security in the joint is minimal. I'm there alone like 90% of the time. We don't have to worry too much about getting busted. As long as we cover our tracks, of course, and only take cadavers we've written off, as you put it. Bodies nobody will come looking for.
Hang on. Are there security cameras, alarm systems, anything like that?
Don't think so. Plenty in the hospital proper, though.
That's fine. As long as the morgue is clear.
Still, answer my question. How do we move the bodies? You got a hearse? A truck?
No, but surely we could get something. What about a small van?
You got a license?
No.
Need a driver's license. And not just that, needs to be suitable for a van. A medium vehicle license, I think.
Oh, I don't have a license, but surely driving a van can't be that hard, right? We could just rent a van and wing it.
Uh-huh. Can't even rent one without a license.
Okay then. Do you have the right license?
Don't look at me. Never driven a vehicle in my life.
Yeah, me neither.
Great. So this is a bust.
Put my head in my hands. We got so far. We secured a factory, planned our heist, and
Hang on.
we get someone to do our dirty work. I whip out my phone out of my bag and skim through my noise contacts. I prefer to text than call, but I'm too impatient right now for a response. I start a voice chat. Request and wait for the recipient to answer.
Hey, Skank, what up?
Tomoe, hey, you got a sec?
Sure.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yep. No car, though.
Okay, what kind of vehicle is your license good for?
Like cars and scooters.
Not vans.
I mean, I don't think so.
I curse under my
Yo,
breath.
what's the problem? You need a lift or something?
Not quite. I need to, pick something up.
Oh, something big? That why you need a van?
Yeah?
I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I can't even rent a van with my license.
Yeah, I know.
I shoot a deathly glance at Kojiro, and he just shrugs, and I look for "I told you so" in his
I
face.
mean, if you're desperate, you could just buy a van.
Huh?
I see secondhand vans listed for sale all the time. Check out the noise marketplace and the classifieds pages. No one will check for a license on a private sale. It's just one chump selling a van to another chump.
Yep.
Holy shit. You're right. You're a genius.
Well, I don't know about that.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't object to a driving gig, would you?
I do owe you one, I suppose. You want me to drive a van, though? If I get busted on my license, I'll go to prison.
You won't go to prison. It'll be a fine at most, I think.
Look at Kojiro, and he gives me another shrug.
Look, if you get a fine, I'll pay for it. That cool?
Yeah, what the hell? What are the chances of getting busted anyway, right? Can you text me the deets or whatever? The address and stuff? Shinny just got to my place, so I gotta get the door.
Okay, will do. Thanks, Tomoe.
Sure. Later, slut.
I end the call and feel a wave of excitement flooding through me.
You get all that?
More or less. You girls sure are loud.
Sorry. So, I'll need you to do me a favor.
Buy a van, right?
Yeah, you're a big, strong man. You won't get ripped off. I'm just a poor little girl.
Damn. She's right, though.
Cut it out. I'll do it. But you got the money?
As a matter of fact.
I finally remember swindling a cool 500,000 yen from Kotima Ida just
We've
this
got a
week.
500,000 budget. Will that do?
Maybe. Can't get you anything modern, but I'm sure it's enough.
Great. You think you can get something tomorrow?
I'll try. The noise marketplace, right?
That's right.
Well, no promises.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm heading off. Unless you actually do want me to come upstairs.
No.
Roger that. See you tomorrow. Probably.
Kojiro turns with a little more than a wave, exits the building, across the street. I quickly ascend the stairs with a slight spring in my step. All right. That's it for today. Thanks for coming by to Humpday Horror. And that was me doing, what, one option? Possibly two options? I think it was just one option today. And you want one option today is fine. I'll catch you in the next one. And bye for now. See you next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. It's Friday in the game. It's Wednesday when I upload these. Humpday Horror.